So it seems that since 2001, illegal immigrants in Texas have been getting in-state tuition, which is quite a cut in tuition for anybody that's gone to college. And that is now being put to an end thanks to a ruling from a federal judge. The federal court took Texas to court. Texas did not defend this. They had been trying to end this in the legislature, had been failing for some reason. And so now it went to the court system. The federal government sued over it. The federal judge agreed with the undefended case. And so now all those illegal immigrants that have been getting in state tuition are no longer going to. Now, this doesn't mean that they were getting any kind of financial help, but this cut their tuition down quite a bit. So it makes you wonder how many of these folks have ended up getting this kind of help. But let's let you hear about what's going on and what all brought it about.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
The Justice Department and the state of Texas reached a settlement for the state to stop providing in-state tuition for undocumented students. Good evening, I'm Steve Eager.
I'm Heather Hayes. The program has been a state law since 2001. At the time, it received bipartisan support in the Republican-controlled state legislature. Fox 4 Stephen Dial live to explain who's impacted and why it's changing now.
The Texas DREAM Act has been on the books for nearly 25 years. What's changed has been a greater focus on repealing laws that provide support for undocumented students. Since 2001, the Texas DREAM Act has provided access to in-state tuition for thousands of undocumented migrant students at Texas colleges and universities. But in another sign of the changing political climate towards illegal immigrants, the Justice Department and the Texas Attorney General are trying to shut the program down. Hours after the DOJ sued Texas, Attorney General Ken Paxton sided with the Trump administration, calling the law discriminatory and un-American. The Texas DREAM Act was signed into law by Republican Governor Rick Perry, with bipartisan support in the state legislature.
Only 3 Republican senators voted against this, and only 2 Republican House members voted against this. There is a Republican consensus in favor of the Texas DREAM Act.
Well before DACA provided federal protections to undocumented children, Texas was the first state to create this type of tuition program for them. Now, more than a dozen states do the same thing. How many undocumented students are in Texas public universities or Texas universities?
A little bit less than 20,000 undocumented students, how we identify them, how they're identified as affidavit students.
Those affidavits are a key part of the program, according to the nonpartisan nonprofit group Every Texan. The group looked at data from the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board.
They have to sign an affidavit saying that while they might be undocumented now, at their earliest possibility that's available to them within the law, they will then go and seek to become a legal permanent resident.
Under the Texas DREAM Act, students also have to live in Texas 3 years before graduating from high school. The state has not said if the changes happen immediately, impacting students starting summer courses or the fall semester. And despite multiple Republican attempts to repeal the law, those efforts never made it to a full vote in the Texas legislature. Is this a broad enough impact to get a law reversed like this, or is it, in your opinion, just kind of catering to the base with this climate?
I think a lot will depend on the debate in the judicial system between the Trump administration's argument that Texas cannot provide benefits to undocumented immigrants, that it doesn't apply to all U.S. citizens.
And to provide some context, we were talking about in-state tuition. Undocumented students who are in the country illegally are not eligible for federal student aid, so they do not fill out a FAFSA.
Stephen Dial, thank you.
Now, you heard all that. You would think, with Texas being the way it is, they'd be able to knock this law out, but they haven't. So now it's gone to the courts. And I agree with this judge. I'm sure you understand that. And it will probably never go beyond this one judge. This judge who, hey, instead of fighting a lawsuit brought against Texas, state Republican Attorney General Ken Paxton quickly told the court that his office supported it, paving the way for U.S. District Judge Reed O'Connor to issue the injunction. I don't see how this one can be fought. It probably will be, but illegal immigrants should not get something that regular American citizens who live outside of Texas can't. They're not from this country. They're not supposed to be in this country. So why were they being given this benefit? Now they can't get financial aid, but I can guarantee you that there are probably groups that have been providing this to them. Now those groups need to be found out. And it also needs to be done where illegal immigrants can't go to college here. That's just some bull right there. And don't tell me it's a human right. They can go to their own home country, because this ain't it, and get their college education. And if they don't like what they get in their home country, then they need to work to change their home country. They don't need to be here trying to change us. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.